Let's now introduce contestant number 5, Ms. XIANG Amanda. Please come onto the stage. The title of her speech is One Person, One Vote. The alternative? You now have 3 minutes. You may begin after the bell rings.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine each of you here in this room has a chance to vote because we now have universal suffrage. Who did the majority vote for as the chief executive? Me. Yes, me. I have great leadership qualities. I'm dedicated, I'm assertive, I've got integrity, and I have a great sense of humor. What about this? Where with the social injustices in a society? What about Hong Kong? You can see old buildings that require reparation. And you can see homeless figures lying on streets, such as the Gooseneck Bridge in Causeway Bay. And you can see people whose basic needs, food, cannot be ensured on a daily basis. Now, with the economic woes I would like to tackle. According to the Hong Kong Census and Statistics Department, the unemployment rate of Hong Kong has increased to 3.4%, and the inflation has increased to 4.7%. Economic crisis of unemployment, inflation, and minimum wage control. Hong Kong market equilibrium at the moment is off balance. House prices have skyrocketed. The banking sector is a bit shaky. But think about this. Can I, even though each of you has voted for me in a fair and just means, fix and solve all the problems in this democratic society? These problems are big, and many of them are global. My starting point is to put together various sectors of our society: environment, education, political, judicial, the arts, science, housing, and security to take Hong Kong into the future. Their opinion and their input would be invaluable. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not your chief executive. I'm a student. But if I were your leader, I would work in a fair and justice manner to take everybody to tackle these problems. But the best solution among all is to have you and I working together to gain a voice, to say who can be our true leader in making this a better city. Thank you.
Thank you for your speech. Mr. Lynch will now ask you a question relating to your speech. The bell will ring and the timekeeper will raise the start card right after the question has been asked, and you'll have 1 minute to respond to the question. Mr. Lynch, please.
Thank you. Instead of chief executive, if you wanted to be the chairperson of your school's student union, which method do you think would give you a better chance of winning? One person, one vote election, or appointment by the school principal?
That's a very interesting question. Thank you. Well, the fairest election method among all, and if I were to be the chairperson of a society in my school, I still think one person, one election is the most appropriate way, because even though if the principal recognizes you in some way and chooses you to be the chair lady of the society and the school, it's only one person's recognition. It does not mean that you have the power to control this group or to influence on this group. It's only the principal's means to you. And if you are elected in one person, one election, that means you have the ability to control the whole group, and the whole group of people looks up to you and recognizes you in a way. So I believe that is the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Second question will now be asked by Mr. McLavin. Again, the bell will ring, and the timekeeper will raise a start card right after the question, and you may then respond to the question. Mr. McLavin, please.
Thank you. Japan used to be a very popular tourist destination for Hong Kong people. 1 year after the Japanese earthquake, should we continue to be concerned about the radiation problem in Japan?
I believe yes, because this world is now a very globalized and globalization. Even though Japan is a bit far away from Hong Kong, but I believe we should always look at cities around us, because every city can affect Hong Kong. And in fact, if radiation is the problem, it does not mean that the tourism would break down or something. But looking at Japan and helping them is everything and everyone should do. It's our responsibility to help each other and create a harmonious society. So even though radiation may affect a bit of the tourism in Japan, but we should always help them in our greatest needs, as they would help us if we have needs. Thank you.
Thank you. Please take a seat.